Welcome back to another episode of Delicious, where I'll be teaching you how to make oxtail. All right, let's get this started. First, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, to get started, you're going to need one pot and one pan. So the pan I'm going to use to brown my oxtail, and the pot I'm going to use to sweat off my vegetables. So I'm adding a cube of butter and some olive oil into my pot. Nice high heat to get the oil and butter nice and hot. So now I'm also heating up my frying pan, and I'm going to add some olive oil into my pan as well. I'm taking some coarse sea salt, and I'm going to season before placing it into the frying pan. And I'm going to do that with a generous amount of salt. And then black pepper as well. My pot is ready for me to add onions. I'm using whole boiler onions, and I've taken the skins off, and I'm going to place that into my pot. Next, I'll add my whole garlic that I've also peeled and put that into the pan. And then I'm going to add some celery as well. And lastly, we're going to add some sweet potato or yams. I like to use yams because I like to give it a vibrant orange color. So that's why I'm using yams today. But you can use sweet potatoes as well. Once you have all of your vegetables in the pot, you're just going to close it up so that it can sweat. Oil is hot and ready for this oxtail to go in and be browned. And so I season just to one side, and so once I've got this in the pan, I'm going to season all the other sides as well. You don't want to overcrowd your pan. You want to get each individual piece browned nicely. So don't overcrowd it. Season the other side now. That we've got really good flavor in the oxtail. This is real nostalgia for me. It really takes me back to my childhood, eating oxtail. It's quite a traditional dish in South Africa. Okay, it's time to give my vegetables a stir. It smells wonderful. And now I'm going to let it cook with the lid off so that my onions can brown. Browning is very important to give your meat a very rich flavor. And so we want to add this to the pot as rich as possible so that we give all the flavor in the world to this beautiful oxtail stew. Ooh, look at that. That is a great browning right over there. That is what you want your oxtail to look like. Giving this another stir, and you can see my onions. They're nice and brown. My oxtail is starting to look really, really good. Some of my oxtail is ready to come off of the frying pan, and so I'm just going to take it off one by one and drop it into my pot with my vegetables. Doesn't that look amazing and absolutely delicious? Just a little bit of a stir, mix that in. And then we're going to start creating the stock and the sauce to go in so that this turns into the most spectacular stew. Okay, we're ready to start making the sauce. So I've taken 1 pack of beef stew and mixed that with water, and I'm going to add about a cup of beef stock or beef broth to that mixture. Give that a little stir or a little whisk. I've got a can of whole tomatoes. I'm going to add that in. I've got some red wine. Just going to pour that in as well. Oh my word, that is so good. Looking amazing. I'm going to add some fresh rosemary. I'm also going to add a bay leaf or 2. And then I'm going to pour over my beef stew mix, water, and also beef stock. Absolutely delicious. Close this up. It looks gorgeous, so I really don't want to. It's like a crime to close it up. But we're going to close it up. I'm going to continue to cook it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 3.5 hours. Remove it from the oven, let it sit, and then enjoy. And we are ready to put this into the oven. And here she goes. Top of the pot, and it is now going to simmer away in the oven for another 30 minutes. Look at her now. Oh my. Absolutely delicious. Oxtail. Absolutely delicious. So the last step before you get to serve your oxtail stew is to skim off some of the scum. So you need a ladle and a cup, and all you're going to do is hold your ladle just over the surface of the oil and just press it down gently and watch it flow in. Don't go too fast, otherwise you mess it up just like that. It's okay to take some of the flavor, but you just want to get as much of the oil out as possible, the fats. So I am just skimming off the scum. Take a look at it now. And then you're going to just want to throw that away. It's just oil. It's from the beef and the oxtail. Almost there. There you have it, my oxtail stew. Absolutely delicious.